I am Chole Richard. I'm an educator of Adobe Youth Voices at PMM Girls School. And I've been an educator since 2009 when I completed an AYV course online. Since then, we've done 2 major AYV projects, and right now we're doing the 3rd one. We've had a 2nd generation of AYV learners. We already have the alumni, but it's the 2nd generation. And how did the 2nd generation come in? A number of them just came because they thought AYV was something very exciting. I think the idea of seeing their friends having trips or doing video coverages and all those things, I think it attracted very many of them, and they thought it's something they could do. So in a way, before I could reach out to them, some actually just chose to come on board. But still, with some, I had to really reach out and encourage them because I thought they could do something better. This 3rd AYV project is one that focuses on concerns of orphans. And we have tentatively decided to call it Voice of Orphans. In this particular project, we focus on one particular highly challenged young girl, an orphan of about 16 years old, called Chole Christine.
We felt this would be a good media because it's like there are many orphans all over the world and they're facing different challenges. And I think we're doing a unique one because the story of the orphan we're having, she's HIV positive and she's living alone.
So we felt that we needed to raise her voice for the benefit of all, because if her story is brought out, her story of being bullied at school, she's going through a hard time. So we feel she's not the only one. If her voice is raised, even others will be raised as well, and we shall live to make their lives better.
Well, they normally sit down in a team. I remember one particular girl called Nyapamba who took the day because she was able to impress on others that looking at another issue, focusing on orphans would be a good idea. And all the others were really excited about it and they took it up. By some coincidence, it so happened that when we took the previous AYV media to Rotary Club of Jinja for an exhibition, it was actually a gateway for us because I remember at that particular meeting we had among the Rotarians there were some officials of St. Francis Healthcare Services based in Biko who also happened to have a look at this media, the previous media during that particular fellowship of Rotary Club of Jinja. And they got so much impressed by what the girls did. And when they sat down to look at, discuss with the girls, right at that, during the fellowship, they thought that they could work together with the AYV of PMM. They thought the way the girls spoke, the way they expressed themselves, the way they articulated the issues they learned through AYV is a kind of thing they like to see the young people they support at St. Francis also having. And as luck will have it, they had access to very many orphans supported by them. So the person who actually identified for us Chole Christine is by then was a volunteer with St. Francis. And he's the one who identified as the young girl.
We sat as a group and we brainstormed on what we wanted to do with that topic for orphans. And after brainstorming, we divided like roles. Different people were supposed to do different things when we reached on the field to start shooting. And we went on where we were supposed to be shooting from.
njagala neiba antwalako mu ddwaliro St. Francis.
Yeah, we interviewed her and we got some information, although she left out some. So we were forced to go for another shot where we interviewed her caretaker to fill in the gaps that we had taken.
Some of the challenges people have is that they are really isolated. Most of them, they want to go to school, but the guardians, they don't want to waste their money inside people because they know someone who is, especially that one who is HIV positive, is going to die anytime. So why should they? Why do they waste their time to pay that, to pay for school fees? So they are left there.
We came back at school, but since it was examination time, other people we were doing it in turns. Some people were in classes, and some of them, as others were in classes, others were editing. And this was mainly done during prep time because some of us were candidates, and maybe the next day you didn't have a paper, so you'd sacrifice that prep and do the editing bit. And after editing the rough cuts, our teacher started posting some of them on YouTube, and he took some rough cuts to Gayaza. We got some of the feedbacks, and we are using those feedbacks to polish up the rough cuts, to make it better, and very soon it will be out.
So throughout this process, we've learned so many skills of media making, so many skills of cooperation, skills of communicating.
We have also achieved something because we have got some skills like communication skills, skills in IET, and I think these skills are very crucial, like communication skills and IT skills can help you in new workplaces.
One of the most exciting parts for me in this project is the moment when these girls, who unknown to me, had already organized a lot of resources for this one orphan. Here are a group of students who are, relatively speaking, privileged. They are in school, and they have really, in many ways, they have things which this little girl doesn't have. But here is a moment when they surprised me by giving all sorts of things, books, pencils, name it, clothings. I know they excited, gave it to this little orphan who is disadvantaged, hugging each other, smiling together. To me, it speaks volumes. You have to see it to understand what I mean. But to me, in many ways, it really shows the power of a purposeful media making project like Adobe Youth Voices.
Orphans can study, we just need you and me to help them. Just a little help can change their lives. Just a little help can change their lives. Just a little care can change their lives. We have to help them. Orphans can live, orphans can study. We just need you and me to help them. Just a little help can change their lives. Just a little life can change their lives. Just a little care can change their lives. We have to help them. Orphans can live, orphans can study. We just need you and me to help them. Just a little help can change their lives. Just a little life can change their lives. Just a little care can change their lives. We have to help them.